Addicts, to another episode this week. You guys been seeing my last few episodes. I've been doing really good on the pier. So this week I'm gonna do a how to pier fish for beginners tutorial. Everything you need to know as far as bait, rigs, rods, reels for the pier, and what hits off everything. If you guys don't know, I'm also doing a giveaway at 1,500 subscribers. So we're almost there. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. It definitely helps me out. Like and comment. And enough talking, Reel Addicts. Let's get into this video where I break down everything you need to know as far as pier fishing for beginners. So if you're getting out there for the first time, it will definitely help you out and catch more fish. So let's get into the video. So if y'all seen my previous videos, you guys notice I always tell you the type of baits I come to the pier with, the type of baits that I come with for the pier. So first of the baits, it's shrimp, right? Shrimp universally, it works for every type of fish, from barracudas to kings to mangrove snappers to red drums to sheephead, all on the pier. So definitely it's a good bait to use. Second bait is cut up pinfish or live pinfish if you could get them. We'll show you how to grab them on the sabiki rig. That's the next setup we use. So we're showing you 3 baits, and also you can also get live pilchards. So we'll get into that. We'll show you the baits. Now we're gonna show you the setups to use. All right, Reel Addicts. If you guys don't want to come out and buy bait at the bait shop, you could also bring these sabiki rigs. Put a little bit of a fish bite, a little bit of fish gum, or even pieces of shrimp on it. Jerk it down the bottom with your rod. Look for those bait balls, like I tell you guys, and what I'm showing you in the video, of all the bait balls, especially around this time of year, of LYs, pinfish, cigar minnows, everything around the pier as far as bait with this sabiki rig. So definitely use it at the pier, try it out for yourselves, especially with a light rod, like I told you guys, a 3000, and just jig it off the bottom, and you get yourself some live bait. Sabiki rig, any local bait shop, even the pier sell it themselves. So that's another tip for y'all. You guys are coming out here for the first time, bring a sabiki rig, because you will catch all this bait with a sabiki rig. All right, Reel Addicts, now we're gonna be showing you a setup as far as pier fishing. There's 3 setups that I personally use. If you've seen the videos, like I always say, it shows for itself. So the first setup is called a trolley rig that you use in the pier. Check out the pier rules, because this pier doesn't allow trolley rigs, but some piers do. Which this trolley rig is when you trolley rig it for a live bait like an LY, pinfish. It does work for them. Catch a lot of reds off these. I've caught, not in this pier, but other piers. So make sure you check the rules. This is the first. It's called the trolley rig. Gives it up for, especially for a live bait, works well. Lets it swim freely up and down. So if the red drum sees it, the mackerel sees it, the king mackerel sees it, they'll definitely attack it with this setup, giving it the live line basically. Our second setup is called a Carolina rig, which I've been using also. This is all the rigs that I personally use with a pinfish, cut up pinfish. If you can't get a live one, use a frozen one, that's what I use, or a shrimp. A lot of reds got on this one, black drums on the pier. I use 60-pound fluoro leader line because of the pilings in the pier. So make sure you pay attention to that. Unless you're going for mangrove snapper or sheephead, that is when you use a 20-pound fluoro for this type of fish. So, and the last setup that I use, the third one, is called the free line for the kings, especially in the morning. 5/0 hook, 60-pound fluorocarbon for those big fish, especially when you get on them. So those are the 3 setups that I use: Carolina rig, trolley rig, and a free line rig, which you want to use for the kings, for the tarpon, and even red drums when they're hitting up top in the water. So 3 setups it is. Now I'm going to show you the gear I use. Now, Reel Addicts, if you guys don't have any live bait or frozen bait, there's also alternative that a lot of people here use and I use for mackerels, kings, bluefish, and ladyfish. You guys want to bring out the kids fishing for the first time, don't want to bring all that bait, or just want to have here catch some few fishes to have fun, I recommend this gotcha plug with a 60-pound fluoro, and just casting it out there. I'm gonna make an example for you guys so you guys can see a little quick cast. So when you let it go, it's, remember, make sure you have a light setup for them, because what happens is with a heavy setup they won't travel as far. So what I do right here is jerk real fast, jerk real fast, jerk real fast. It's really that simple. Usually you catch on mackerels around this time of year, ladyfish, bluefish, especially in the morning. So you guys want to come out here for your first time, try this gotcha plug. 60-pound fluoro with a light setup 3000 Shimano. I'm gonna be putting all the links and the gear I use, like I said, description down below. So this is another alternative. You don't want to bring bait and you just want to come out for a little bit, catch some fish for fun. So that's another alternative. Let's get into the next one. Another alternative for addicts, instead of the gotcha plug, instead of the bait, is also these swim baits. Swim baits, you can use them at any PIER Fishing store, any local bait store right here. These swim baits, you could definitely use them. Same motion as far as the gotcha plugs. Reel in a little bit fast, let it drop down. Reel in, let it drop down, and constant motion. If you guys want to have a little bit more action on it, you can also use these Procure and add it to your jerk bait or your swim bait. Definitely gives it the extra scent and action you want to have, especially for this fish when it start hitting. So now let's go over the gear that I use. Rod and reels for PIER Fishing. I usually use 3 rod and reels. So let me go over that with you. Now we're going over the gear. Like I told you guys, I use 3 types of gear. I start off with a PIER Fierce 3000 with a toadfish rod, extremely light and sensitive, especially when you're going for those snappers, those small reds, those bluefish, those mackerels. You want to feel that tension. Even sheephead off the pier. If you guys didn't see my episodes, I've caught even also sheephead, especially with shrimp. You want to feel the bite, ultra sensitive. This is it right here, ultra light gear. Next setup I have is the Penn Battle with a Tiger Light. It's another setup you can use with a 5000. We're going by order and by gear with a Shakespeare Ugly Stick Tiger Light, ultra light. Again, you're PIER fishing for the first time, you may want to make sure you feel the bite. With this one, I have a 40-pound fluoro on this one just set up right now for those medium type fish, right? That's the second gear we're using. Now the third one is for the bigger fish, which is the Shimano Thunder 6000. This is for the big bull reds and a Penn Rampage. Thicker rod, so if you're fighting that big fish, especially those kings, like I said, red drums, cobias after pee, you can definitely bring them up and bring them inside. You want to make sure you have a good reel for these big fish, because they will take you under the pilings and cut you off immediately. So I set you up 3 rods and reels. Now, like I said, if you're more experienced and you're getting more into PIER fishing, this is when you start investing a little bit more into it. That's after a long time. Is a King Rod by Frisky Fins on Facebook or Instagram, which I ordered one. This rod is this reel 6000, PIER Fierce 6000 with the Frisky Fins 8-foot custom King Rod. Those are the gears that I recommend for you once you're getting more into, but at least I covered all the areas as far as PIER fishing for beginners. Before we let you go this week, make sure y'all check the high tide and the tide for fishing. Me personally, I use tides for fishing. Lets you know when the fish are biting. For example, there's times where the fish are not going to be biting and they turn on. Tides for fishing, which I use, tells you the chart where there's high tides. So what I do myself is, an hour before the high tide comes, I check for it and I get out here. That's when the tide is turning. It when you get the bigger chances of catching fish. Like I told you, as red drums, king mackerels, bluefish, sheephead, mangroves, snapper. The list is endless. Make sure y'all check that. That tides for fishing will definitely help you out to notice when it's high tide. Also the winds, making sure you have enough weights. For example, you have 15-mile-per-hour winds. You want to use a bigger egg weight than when there's no wind. That's the difference that will help you out from catching fish or not catching fish. So hope this week's episode helped you out, Reel Addicts. We'll see you guys next week. Have a great week. Get out there, go fishing.